Hi everyone, and welcome back to my latest video on all things money. Today we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of how to start saving. So this is for all those people who are perhaps on low incomes or who just haven't got round to setting up a savings plan. This is for you. So hang around and we'll get stuck straight in after the intro. Now, a lot of people maybe just haven't thought about savings. Maybe it's just gone by the wayside. They're living on the breadline. They think their income's too low and they physically can't save. Well, this one is for you. So keep watching. I'm going to outline a plan for you to sit down and physically work out what you can stop spending on useless things and how you can use that money better for your advantage. So step one is to work out what your income is. Your net income after tax, where you actually get into your pocket after payday and after the tax man has got what they want. What is your net income each month? Now, this might be easier said than done. If you do get a regular salary and that's it, then that might be quite easy for you to work out. But if your salary is variable because of commission or bonus structures or whatever, I think the best thing you can do is just look at your last 12 months and just average that out. And then you can kind of work on an average basis, and that kind of assumes that this year will be similar to last year. That's as far as you can really go for variable salary, I'm afraid, but do that and you'll have a rough idea of what your take home is. Include all income sources, not just salary, but if you get benefits, if you get child benefit, build all that in, add that into your net income stream, and just write down what your monthly income is. Now that's your starting point. That is how you know what you're spending, and you know your outgoings should not be more than that amount. If they are, we're going to cut that down. If they're not, then you've already got surplus income that you could be putting to better use. Now, the opposite end of the scale, we've got your outgoings. The best way to look at this is to print out your bank statements. Print out your last month's bank statement and sit down and highlight all of the necessary and vital outgoing payments. So your food bills, your water bills, electricity, gas, council tax, all those sorts of things that you physically have to pay, they are necessary and they are vital. You can't stop those. There are ways you can reduce them, but you have to still pay them. Anything else? So anything like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Sky, Virgin Media, anything else off the top of your head, anything else like that, you might think it's necessary to you, but believe me, it's not a necessary expense. Get another highlighter colour or a red pen and put crosses next to everything that is not necessary. Those are things we're going to look at. Now, first of all, you can look at things and go, actually, I don't need that. I pay for it, but I don't need it. Cross it off, cancel your subscription, get rid of it. There might be things that you do need. How can you cheapen what you pay for them? Can you piggyback off someone else's subscription? Can you donate to someone else and piggyback off their Netflix subscription? Don't tell anyone I said that. But are there ways you can cheapen what you're paying and get the same result? Or if you're paying for Sky, call them up and haggle with them. You can always get a reduction in what you're paying for services. Likewise with your broadband, call up your provider or shop around and see if you can get it cheaper. And this also applies for your gas and your electricity. Shop around. Every year you should be looking at if you can get a better deal. Don't just sit with the same old providers because it's easy. That's the easy way and that's how they make money off you, but you need to be shopping around every year. This also applies for your general insurances, so your car insurance, your home insurance, your buildings insurance. You need to be looking around every year when they're up for renewal and getting the cheapest price. You'll be amazed how much you can save by doing it that way and just renewing it on a rolling basis. That's not the way to do it. Now, food bills are something that you can also cheapen. There are many products that we're very partial to certain brands of, but in a lot of taste tests, people actually can't tell the difference between certain brands and the basic ranges in a lot of supermarkets. So there's really a way you can cut down on prices by getting the basic versions of items. You can also buy in bulk. That's a really good way to get things cheaper. And as long as you've got the storage, buy things in bulk and store them in your garage or wherever you can put them away. It can also be great in January to buy things for next Christmas because you can get things at huge reductions, Christmas cards, wrapping paper, all that sort of stuff. Shops want rid of that. So get in there in January and pick up those bits that you can put away for next Christmas. Now, once you've figured out all those figures, how much your income is, how much you're spending and what you're getting rid of and how much you're going to have left over, write it all down. So put it all in an Excel spreadsheet, in an app, whatever you're going to use, pen and paper, whatever you prefer. Write it all down so you know what your income is, what your necessary outgoings are, what spare change you're going to have now you've got rid of those unnecessary outgoings, and therefore what you can afford to divert into savings. Now that figure you've got there, that's your new savings amount. Set up a direct debit or a standing order and straight away from the day you get paid, have that swept aside into a savings account. Try and find the best interest rate account that you can. Rates are pretty low at the moment, but try and get the best interest rate you can. Go out there and just have a standing order set up. So as soon as you get paid, it goes out of your account. Treat it like a bill. Just treat it like one of your monthly outgoings. That is a vital outgoing. You won't miss it. It will be gone from day one, but you know that you're already saving without even thinking about it. You'll be quite surprised how quickly that amount will build up. It's also vital that you check your budgeting on a monthly basis. You may need to tweak it as you go along because things might not necessarily be working out how you're expecting, but make sure you monitor that for a while. But eventually you'll get to a level where everything's fallen into place and you've got a really great savings plan built up. Other things to bear in mind, other savings tips. Things to be aware of. Clear your credit cards or just your debt in general. Make sure you're at least meeting the minimum repayments on any credit card debt. And if you're coming out of 0% deals, balance transfer your debt so that you're still not paying any interest on it. Clearing debt is one of the best things you can do, but it's getting the right balance between clearing that and building up savings. Once you've got your debt under management, stay out of it. So don't get into any more debt. By saving this way, you should be able to stay out of debt, especially if you're putting savings away for next Christmas, for example. You're saving for an event and therefore you shouldn't need to dig your credit card out by the time next Christmas comes around. Another way to improve your finances is to boost your income. So get a side hustle going, have a clear out and sell things you don't need on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or anything like that. But I'm sure everyone has got plenty of things hanging around, especially after Christmas. You've probably got more than you need, especially in terms of toys and clothes and things like that. So it can be a great time to have a clear out and sell what you don't need for a bit of extra cash in the bank and put that straight into your savings account. Right guys, I hope that's been helpful. Savings are really important, so do get stuck in and try and do your best. Let me know if you've got any questions on this video, but otherwise give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next month.